guys, it's Olivia and welcome back to Live in Literature. Thank you so much for all the love and support I've saved my last video, and if you have not seen it yet, feel free to head on over to my channel to check it out.
Okay, why would I do that?
Well guys, you might be wondering.
Olivia, what are you doing in your bed? You don't sound sick.
Well, it's because I am sick. Yes, I'm very sick. Sick of filming in front of my old setup. Just kidding, that was a bad joke. Basically, I've decided to add a new segment to Live in Literature that I wanted to try and test out today with you guys with this certain video. And it's going to be called Late Night Book Thoughts. And this one today is Late Night Book Thoughts Crescent City Edition.
That sounds like fun.
Great, because I also think it sounds like fun. A lot.
So Late Night Book Thoughts, it's going to be a new segment that I have every now and again. I might pull it out and just in case I'm ever feeling, you know what, just a little sick and tired of sitting in front of the old setup and talking about more specific things. This is going to be kind of more of a like word vomit, if you will.
That's a hard pass.
A little bit more of like a casual, laid back, just a casual talking about books and specific books. And specifically today, we are talking about Sarah J. Maas's Crescent City, because guess what this month is, ladies and gents? Drum roll, please.
It is Moss Month!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am starting Moss Month like basically 2 weeks late, and for that, I apologize.
So, you're apologizing?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't forgive you.
I kind of decided last minute that I wanted to do another Moss Month, kind of like I did last year. If you're not familiar with Moss Month, feel free to head on back into my channel, back to the month of February, where I dedicated an entire month to just Sarah J. Maas related things. It was a fabulous month of fun, all Sarah J. Maas content for all my Maas lovers out there. So
Woo! Go Mabel!
Join the dark side!
head on over back to my channel, to the deep down recesses of my channel, back to the very beginning of Baby Olivia. There's some great videos for you back there. But today we are doing another Moss Month. I just decided, you know what? Sarah J. Maas's new book, House of Sky and Breath, part of the Crescent City trilogy that she's doing, is coming out this month. And actually, spoiler alert, I got my copy today.
I'm so excited! I think I'm gonna lose my cupcakes! And I'm so excited to read it because, like, look at how freaking thick he is. He is a thick boy. Thick as can be, and I've never been happier and more excited to read a book.
Somehow I don't doubt that.
So the second one's already here. And so today I thought it would be fun just to do a late night book thoughts on the first book,
Sarah J. Maas's Crescent City, House of Blood and Earth. Yes, House of Blood and Earth.
because I think it's time for all of us to have a good refresh before we head into book 2. And I just wanted to share some of my thoughts with you today. Also, today is Valentine's Day, the day that I'm filming this. So happy Valentine's Day to all my lovers out there and all my singles out there. What? Hopefully someday I can find a man as striking and handsome and as powerful and broody as maybe Hunt Alethar from Crescent City, or a sexy Daddy Rowan Whitethorn, if you will. So if anyone knows any of these men out there who would be good for me, feel free to just like send them over to my channel. That would be great. Thanks.
I just met a wonderful new man. He's fictional, but you can't have everything.
But I thought today this would just be kind of a fun idea. Like, it's late at night. I'm like talking way too loud in my apartment with my roommates. I'm so sorry to them. And I just wanted to go over some of my thoughts about Crescent City and Sarah J. Maas in general, and just to gush and gush and gush about how amazing this book was when it dropped in 2020. So if you are not an SJM fan,
what are you doing here?
this is not going to be the video for you. And if you have not read House of Blood and Earth, then you're going to want to depart from this video and come back maybe later after you've read the book, because this whole video is just going to be talking about the book in detail, things about it, things I liked, things I didn't like.
I have lots to say, so spoiler alert, if you have not read this book, head on out of here and I'll see you in the next one.
Get out of my church! Ow! Ow! Ow!
But anyways, so this is already the most chaotic intro that I've ever had, but this is going to be Late Night Book Thoughts, Crescent City edition. So let's get started. Now, Crescent City, things that I want to say, things I want to talk about. And mostly, if I'm being honest, the things I want to talk about are the characters. First of all, Crescent City. Holy crap, Sarah did not disappoint. This is an urban fantasy, which normally super not my cup of tea. I hate urban fantasy. You guys already know this. If you've been on my channel here for a while, you know how much I don't like urban fantasy. But I absolutely adored this urban fantasy. Things I want to talk about. Bryce Quinlan. Completely love her. She's a complete total bad A. She's unlike so many protagonists that I read about that I just adored her.
I said you were special, not unique.
Because as much as I want to say that I'm not like other girls, I'm like other girls. Okay, guys, I'm just like other girls.
I want to be like other girls.
With Bryce Quinlan, she really isn't like other girls.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo.
She is full of just like sass and vitality and like strength and like vigor and like passion, and I just like absolutely adored her.
I adored her the minute that Sarah put her on the page. I just found her so captivating because she's one of those girls that does not care what anybody thinks about her.
Do you know what? I actually could not care less that he done it.
Not one bit. One of my most favorite parts in the entire book. There's a scene where Bryce and Hunt are in basically the police headquarters, and Hunt's just taking her through to grab some supplies or whatever, and we see Sandriel. Now, if you've read Crescent City, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Sandriel is basically Hunt's like worst nightmare. Basically like evil incarnate, if you will, the worst person like ever designed ever on this planet Earth.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Truly the worst. So Hunt starts like having a full-on like panic attack, like standing there in the hallway of this like police sanctum or whatever. And Bryce puts on her little party girl act, and she throws her phone out, and she's just like snapping selfies of herself with the angels and in the police station, and snapping pictures of Sandriel, and she's just like putting on the show to make Hunt look better. And then she like grabs Hunt, and she's like, come on Hunt, let's go, like let's walk away. And I absolutely adored that. She was just like, you know what, Hunt's in trouble, I need to help him out, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I don't care if I look like I'm a vapid, stupid girl who doesn't do anything, is just a stupid party girl, and I'm just gonna help out my friend.
She is the greatest of all time.
One of the most greatest things about her is her loyalty, which for in two cases. One, her friendship with Danica. I will tell you right now, spoiler alert, at the very, very beginning of Crescent City, the minute that Danica was on the page, I fell in love with her.
I think I'm in love with you.
I loved Danica. I loved everything about her. I loved her personality, her wit, her banter, her loyalty to Bryce essentially, and just her in general. I was just like, this girl is awesome. I cannot wait to read about her.
Foreshadowing is a literary technique in fiction and drama.
And it literally says, it literally says in the like, whatever the fetch this is called, talks about the murder of Danica. It literally talks about it, and I'm just like, and after the first like 30 pages, Danica's already gone. And already there's a hole in my heart from where she used to sit. But something that I love about Bryce is her loyalty to her best friend. I've never met a fictional character as loyal to her best friend as Bryce was to Danica.
As long as we're apart together, we shall certainly be fine.
It like reminds me of like the friendships that I have in my life, like my best friends, and like how I would literally do
anything for my friends.
And even in death, Bryce is so loyal to Danica. And I just respect that so much. I respect that she keeps Danica's image alive, and she keeps Danica alive for the world. I feel like some people, you know, sometimes where you just like, you feel so deeply for your friends and the people around you in your life, and you just wonder, like, does anyone feel as deeply as I do?
And who can relate? Ooh.
And it's nice to know that there's someone, Bryce Quinlan, feels like you do about your friends or your family or your loved ones or whatever it is. Like, she feels as deeply as you do. And for that, I gotta give it to her. Her loyalty, unmatched. Now, moving on from Bryce to talk about our baby angel boy, Hunt.
Hunt Alithar, man, like, what a rock star. Like, whoa.
You think I'm gorgeous? You want to kiss me? You want to hug me?
Now, this man walked on the page and I said, yo, like, Sarah, what you doing there, friendo? Like,
hey, just working hard so I can please you.
This sexy angel boy, like, there's not enough words in the book that I can describe him. He is absolutely stunning, gorgeous. Not only that, his personality, but on the outside, he's just like a guy's guy. Like, some of my favorite memories of Hunt from the book, when I was doing my reread last night, of just like him sitting on the couch, like with a backwards baseball cap, watching a Sunball game, which is like, Sunball's like baseball for this world, whatever. Like, he's just such a guy's guy, and I kind of like love that about him, because I feel like a lot of Sarah's men are like a little up, sometimes they're a little uppity, sometimes they're a little bit more like princey.
I am a gentleman.
But there's also something so boyish about him that I just adore. Like, I just adore that about him. It's so stinking cute. One of my favorite memories of Hunt is when he and Bryce go to the shooting range to find Rune and his buddies Flynn and Declan. And they're, like, out there shooting, and, like, I don't know, Bryce is, like, showing off that she can, like, basically essentially shoot with the big boys. Like, she doesn't need any help to know that she doesn't need a big gun to know she can run with the big boys. And I love that about her. She's just so confident. She gets up there to shoot. And then Hunt just, like, follows suit, and he, like, shoots right after her. Then they both their targets, like, go through the exact same hole. And he, like, looks at Bryce, and, like, the word is, like, he basically is just like, I see all of you, Quinlan, and I like it. And she's like, right back at you.
That was cinematic and hot.
It's very just, like, he is so not afraid to be with this, like, powerful, independent woman. And that I, like, really, really respect. As an independent woman myself, I, like, know I'm a lot to handle. Like, I get it. But I like that he just owns it. He's just like, how many men have run from this part of Bryce that, like, she, you know, shows them this side of herself, and they get intimidated, and they get, like, super defensive, and they're like, but I have to be the big man on campus, you know?
I was like, no freaking way, dude. Sports. All right.
And he's just not like that. He's just like, no, like,
she is woman and she is strong. Like,
and for that, like, I just adore him. He just has this great, like, feminist energy. I just feel like he, like, really respects women. He respects their time and their talents. And I love that about him. He also is, like, loyal to no end, similarly to Bryce. Like, loyal to a point where it, like, almost hurts how loyal he is. Also, another favorite memory that's so painful for me to remember about this one is when Bryce gets croissants on Danica's birthday. And it's, like, her birthday and no one remembered. And they open the croissant box, and I think it's Amelie or Amelia, whatever, Emile, wrote on one of the croissants, like, she stole the croissants and wrote trash and sent it to Bryce, and Bryce, like, saw it, and then Hunt saw that and immediately did not even think twice, flies down to where Emile is and literally strangles her in the club and is like, if you ever touch Bryce ever again, I'll freaking kill you. Like, zaps her with lightning. He doesn't kill her, but, like, he sends her a warning.
I was protecting Elena. I will always protect Elena.
And he knew the minute that he took to the skies to go and find this girl, he was going to be severely punished. And he was. Like, they did the living death, which, as you know, is when an angel's wings are cut off. And literally, it was horrific to read about. I remember reading about that in the book and almost puking. I was literally like, this is horrible. Like, I'm just imagining, like, these two beautiful, strong, gray pair of wings just getting sliced down, getting cut down, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna puke! And he was willing to do that for her, literally just for the fact that someone called Bryce trash. He was not gonna let that stand. And for that, I love him. I adore him. Now, I've gushed and gushed about Hunt and Bryce. Of course, there are many, many amazing characters in this book series that I, like, absolutely adore and love. We have Therian, the sexy mermaid, which I cannot wait to see more of him in the second book. We have Rune Dan, who, like, I'm obsessed with. If I'm being honest, when I first stepped onto the page, I was like, okay, this long-haired, shaved side, piercing, fully body tattooed up, like, Fae boy. I was like, I don't know how I feel about him. They said, No, I'm completely on Rune Dan's side. Love that freaking kid. We'll die for that kid. He can do anything that he wants. Super excited about it. Like, I just know that this second book is going to bring so much turmoil, and I'm, like, honestly terrified, if I'm being honest. Now, here I'm going to talk about my book fears and thoughts and opinions and theories for the second book.
Okay, everyone is worried that Bryce and Hunt are not going to be endgame. And guess what? I'm calling it now, guys. They're endgame. They're endgame. If they're not, I will literally leave. I will leave.
Goodbye.
But when will I see you again?
Oh, never. Never.
Never?
I will throw my book into the ocean. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, if they're not endgame, I'm done. Like, I'm literally done. If they're not endgame, my whole life is a lie. Literally, love doesn't exist. It's all a lie. You heard it here on Valentine's Day, guys. It's all a lie. Nothing matters. Okay, well, some things matter, but still.
No, Christmas doesn't matter.
Nothing matters.
Number 2, they keep talking about how, you know, how the first one ends a little bit. Basically, the Asteri, which are, like, the higher lords / kind of gods, essentially, over this world, basically give Hunt and Bryce a warning after they've, like, quote-unquote saved the city, saying, like, hey, yo, stay in your lane and don't cause trouble for us. But Hunt and Bryce have always been power players, and I've got a feeling in the second one they're gonna get involved.
Our hero is our middle name. Fixing trouble
And for that reason, I'm nervous for them to get involved because I'm afraid it's going to lead to some like really dicey stuff. Also, we still have to deal with Adidas. Yes, I did just call him Adidas. I know that's not his name. I refuse to call him anything but Adidas, and I'm still going to keep calling him that. It's spelled Adidas or whatever. I'm calling him Adidas. Then there's Adidas, and we have the issues with the demon cat because we don't know what he's up to with Jezebel. Like, they're up to something. That witch and that cat are totally up to something. I'm not sure what yet. I've got a feeling that like it has something to do with Hunt's like parental lineage, like with his dad, like question mark there. I'm not sure. I'm definitely curious to see how it goes out, how it turns out and whatever. I think that the first time when I read this book, I was super emotional. Like, I basically cried my way through the whole thing, and every time that I do a reread of this book, I end up crying, especially at the end. It's to a point where I was like, I remember when I first read this book, I was like hysterically sobbing over the ending of this book with Danica and Bryce and the light it up, light it up, light it up. And I just like got so emotional about it, like so emotional.
Oh man, this part gets me every time.
I just like think it's one of the most beautiful things that's ever written, that like, you know, friendships last past like this life and they can last into the afterlife. I think it's just a really beautiful concept. And then also that like life is worth living even after we've lost people, because we have other people that like are in our life who care and love us. I don't know. These are just some of my like late night book thoughts that I'm having about Crescent City. I really hope to see more otters in the second book. I want to see some like otter babies. So cute. Love the otters. I'm still devastated about Leaba. I really am. I really freaking liked that adorable little fire sprite. She was so stinking cute. I missed her a lot. I wish that she hadn't died. Bryce vacuuming up Micah's ashes. The single funniest and greatest thing that's ever happened to me. I literally was like, that chick is a baddie. She literally vacuumed up a guy's ashes. Like how messed up is that? And how incredible is that?
She's lost her mind!
So in conclusion, I love Crescent City. I think it's an amazing book to read. I love Hunt. I love Bryce. I love all of the characters in this book. I think it's super well written. It's also like for my younger readers, it is a new adult book, and it's definitely got some adult language in it and some adult themes. I thoroughly enjoyed it though, and I would recommend this book a million times to everyone who wants to give it a chance. It's so freaking good.
I can't lie!
And I literally cannot wait to read book 2. I will be doing a reading vlog / review for that one, and so you guys will just have to stay tuned for that video. But thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the Live in Literature YouTube channel. But I hope you guys have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day again. I hope you all give your loved ones a little kiss and a hug, and I love you all the most, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!